It had been a while since I last went home. Bangalore has a way of keeping you moving. Projects, routines, endless days that all blend into one. And somewhere in between all of it, I realized how long it's been since I saw my family, since I walked those old roads back home. So I packed my bag, booked a flight, and decided it was time. Time to pause everything for a bit and go back. Back to Mumbai, back to where it all began. Landing in Mumbai always hits different. The air feels heavier, warmer, familiar in a way that no other city ever feels. I grabbed my luggage, and as the car drove through the same roads I'd taken countless times before, it almost felt like nothing had changed except me and, of course, more road closures. Every turn, every street light, every old building, they all looked the same, but they carried different memories now. By the time I climbed those stairs and reached my door, I could already hear the faint sounds from inside. My mom talking, the TV running in the background. When I finally walked in, it just felt right. Being back home felt like pressing pause on everything. I didn't have to think about work or cleaning or schedules. Just be here. Mom was in her element, making way too much food as always. I joined her in the kitchen, pretending to help, but mostly just tasting everything. And honestly, that's pretty much all I did for days. Eat, nap, repeat. No chores, no deadlines, just pure guilt-free laziness, and it felt amazing. Without fail, the first two people I always meet are Bhavya and Rishikesh. We've been friends for about 10 years now. This time, me and Bhavya ended up going for this long drive to my eye doctor. Not exactly a road trip, but honestly, it felt like one. Just catching up, talking about random stuff, slipping right back into old rhythms. That night, I tagged along with him and Rishikesh to a party. I barely knew anyone there, but somehow it didn't matter. The music, the laughter, the games. It reminded me of how easy it used to be to just show up and have fun without overthinking everything. A few days later, I met another friend and we walked through some old roads again. The ones that quietly hold a piece of who we were back then. Every time I come home, the kitchen somehow becomes the center of everything. Mom doesn't ask how I've been. I mean, she does ask how I've been. But what usually happens is she just starts cooking like she's been waiting all year to feed me. I'll stand around pretending to help, maybe stir something once or twice. But really, I'm just there for the smell and, of course, the early samples. The thing is, it's not even about the food. It's, I'm kidding, it's actually about the food always. But it's also about the noise, the clinking of utensils, the small arguments about how much salt is enough, someone shouting from the hall saying the fan is running too loud, or close the door, the AC is turned on. It's messy, loud, and completely perfect in its own way. I think every dish that my mom makes somehow tastes better than I remember every time I eat it. Maybe it's just the nostalgia, maybe it's just the amount of oil she uses, but there's something magical about it. Sometimes we don't even talk much. It's just me standing and staring at my mom working. We just work side by side. She focuses on getting things done, and I mostly probably get in her way most times. But even in that quiet, there's this strange comfort. And coming from somebody who's been living alone, after months of cooking for myself, eating alone, and cleaning up after, being back in this kitchen feels different. It's not about helping or learning, it's about being there, watching her do something that she loves, and realizing how much I miss this simple kind of togetherness. One evening, we all went out to celebrate Mom's birthday. It had been a while since I sat around one table again, arguing over what to order, stealing food off of each other's plates, and laughing over some family stories. We even cut cake right there at the restaurant. Mom smiling, everyone cheering, cousins causing chaos as usual. And I'm not gonna lie, that was probably my fifth cake that week. I've completely fallen off of any kind of diet I had, but honestly, it's impossible to say no when you're home. Leaving home always feels heavier than the luggage I carry. The same old roads, the same door, but every time I step out, it feels a little different. Mom still insists on checking if I've packed everything, even when she knows I have, and somehow the small take care at the door hits harder than anything else. At the airport, I get that weird mix of excitement and guilt, like I'm chasing something I love but also leaving something behind. The plane takes off, and for a while, it's just clouds and quiet. Then the wheels touch down again, and suddenly I'm back to routine, back to the noise, back to life in Bangalore. But for a few days, it felt nice to pause, to go home, eat too much cake, and just be someone's kid again.